It's episode 20. 20 episodes. Sorry, that wasn't actually much of a fanfare. I wanted to keep going like that, but then I realised I'd done 20 and had to stop because if I'd done more, then I would have been lying about how many episodes I've done. This is episode 20. When I started this, I didn't think I'd do 20 episodes. I had no idea what I was getting into. I didn't know how big the game was. I don't know. I thought maybe I'd do like a 10 episode run of a game or something like that, but I'm fine with this. I don't think I'm anywhere near the end. I have played a total of 25.3 hours. I think I'm hopefully halfway through, but we'll have to see how we get on. But today, I am determined to get straight into it and make some progress. If you remember at the end of the last episode, I met the three guys in the tent outside the church. I've met all sorts of amazing characters. This episode, hopefully the plan is to get into the church and see what's actually going on in there. Obviously, before I've had plans and haven't achieved them during the episode. But who knows? Hopefully today's the day when I get some stuff done. Thank you to everybody. Thank you to everybody who's tuning in and continuing to tune in. I put the last episode out a bit later on Friday, just because I sort of forgot and didn't stream and then recorded it quite late. Put it out later and it suffered a little bit, I think, with it going out later on a Friday. Lots of people probably missed it and then it's the weekend. So this one I'm going to put out early-ish on Friday morning and see if we can get the viewers back up again. But as I said, I'm still amazed that so many people are still watching this deep into it. Let's play Disco Elysium. Let's just play it. Oops. Let's move my browser. Always got the browser there in case I need to do some emergency Googling. Look at that. Bang on 2 minutes into the video and we're going to start playing. Oh, I forgot about my outfit. For a minute then I was like, who's that? So, we've got the church up over here. We have got this person to talk to who I haven't spoken to yet. May as well have a little look at these bits and bobs. Tribalistic markings. This post is covered in humanoids. Hole screwed into the ice keeps the tent erect. Trash from some unending party. This is someone's home away from home, just like yours. What's this?
A pane of eternite has been planted into the snow. 2 poles are holding it up.
Pane of eternite?
Barely holding it up. It could fall over any minute. A stronger gust of wind might be enough.
I'm just going to push it over, because that's kind of what I feel like doing.
The pane falls into the icy snow with a soft thunk.
We got a bridge now. We've got a bridge now. Did I even need that bridge? Not really. Makes it a little bit quicker to get over there, I suppose. But anyway, I'm going back over here to speak to this person. Here we go. Let's interact.
A shaggy-looking girl in her late teens or early 20s kneels on the ice with an electronic contraption in her hand. Hearing you approach, she looks up.
Oh, hello there.
She must be Estelle, the last of the Speed Freaks posse. It's cold out here, but she's not wearing a hat. She must be freezing.
Kim's not wearing a hat.
Everyone knows drugs make you invulnerable to cold. You bet this one likes to party.
Is my okay? I realise I didn't do my normal test to check that my mic is actually recording. So, you must be Estelle. Dear child, it's freezing. Where's your hat? So you want a party? I have some questions for you. You must be Estelle. Or shall we ask where the hat is?
Huh?
I said you should have a hat on.
So should you.
I have one on.
You don't have to do anything.
I don't have to do anything. I'm the law. You should do what the law says. I should and I do. Point at my hat.
Oh, I didn't notice that.
It's nice. You should wear one too. You plan on staying outside in this weather?
Yeah, well... Look, man, fuck the hat.
It's a good point, Estelle. I don't know why I brought up the hat, to be honest. You do whatever you like.
Your pulse rises. What did she just say? That's not how a civilian is supposed to address an officer of the law.
Got a decent chance of regaining authority, and I can probably make some changes to my situation. I always do this. Although is authority in here? Yep. Could just level it up. Bonus from items, but 0 at the minute. Have I got anything that I can... It's quite annoying. Sometimes I just wish I could make changes during the conversations. Because look, how do I even exit this? I'm going to have to choose this.
I'm sorry I said fuck the hat. I was concentrating on something else.
Maybe I should have just gambled.
My whole family swears and it rubbed off on me.
There's a pained expression on her face. She'll answer your questions now. The others told me you went inside the church. What did you see?
Oh, that. You're not going to believe me. There's no point in me telling you.
Go ahead and tell me.
Okay. I went in and I saw a woman next to one of those machines there. Noid calls it a mainframe.
A woman?
She was dressed like someone who's been raised by their grandmother. You know, strange old clothes. Had this absent expression, didn't say anything, just stood still.
It's not especially frightening.
And then, you know, right behind her, a man crawled down the wall. Upside down like a crab, down the church wall. I think the woman didn't even know he was there. He was completely silent. He stopped right before he got to the floor, then just hung there like that, looking at me. Right at me. I fucking turned around and walked out. End of story.
Are they all on drugs?
Like a crab, you say?
What did this crab man look like?
It was too dark. I couldn't tell exactly.
You were right. I don't believe you.
I don't blame you. I mean, I wouldn't believe me either. I'm surprised Noid did. Andre I expected, but Noid...
What's that device you've got there?
This is a portable recording device. It's for field recording. Low quality, but still.
And the wires?
Actually, just one wire. I picked on it till the braiding came loose. The wire leads to a contact microphone.
What's a contact microphone?
A contact mic records sounds from inside things, like this ice.
Nice. You could maybe bug someone with it. Wiretapping.
Where did you get the mic from? I don't care about that. How does that thing work? Actually, I had some non-mic questions. Actually, I will ask where it's from. Suddenly, I do care where it's from.
Same place I got the recorder from. The Elysium.
The Elysium. What's that?
Oh man. You haven't been to the Elysium? It's the coolest place in this whole drug-addled shithole. It's a music club and a synthesizer workshop on Boogie Street in Jamrock. Musicians live there, like real musicians. I once saw Arno van Eyck.
An ache.
Thinking about it really cheers her up. It's a long way from here, though.
Sounds like a place for congregating homosexuals. Feels like that is something that Harry would say.
Yeah, there might be some. I don't think they look down on the homosexual underground there. The Elysium's not that kind of place. It's cool.
Because I have a problem with homosexuals. Major problem. Don't get me wrong, I'm all for it. This Elysium just sounded like their kind of place. Oh no, you completely misunderstood me. I might be a homosexual myself. I think I'm going to say that. That feels like the kind of thing, the kind of crazy thing that you might say too.
Oh. Well, good for you.
Cool. Do I want to go deep into all these questions? Part of me is starting to think I'm going to start skipping a few questions and make a bit more progress. Yeah.
Yes?
So the mic. How does it work?
The mic? I don't exactly know. Somehow it doesn't pick up vibrations from the air. The book said it only picks up structure-borne sound, if you like technobabble.
Okay, actually, I've got some other questions that aren't to do with the mic.
Okay.
I'd like to know more about your associates. Might be worth.
My associates? I haven't got much to say about them.
What do you mean? You must know something about them.
Of course I do. I just don't tell people about my friends and who they are and so on. I don't provide information on them.
Okay, what about yourself? Tell me something about yourself.
Me? I'm a silver bird.
Okay. Maybe I'll ask later about all this.
Don't know what makes you think it'll be any different later, but...
What are you doing out here in the cold?
Recording, I guess.
What are you recording?
I think I'm recording cracks in the ice, but there's no way to tell. Not without headphones. I think I just recorded your footsteps too.
What happened to the
Not sure how
headphones?
that'll sound.
What happened to the headphones to sell?
My boyfriend sold them.
What for?
I don't know, man. Things. Just stuff you need for life.
Everything checks out, sire.
And what are these recordings for? The cracks, the footsteps?
The musicians in the Palaceum used them for making music. They looped the stuff, cutting the tapes together. They make music out of cracks in the ice and keys jangling. Crazy sounds like that. It's hard to explain.
Okay.
Anyway, I thought I'd make some too. It's supposed to be, like, a music place anyway.
She rubs her shoulders and looks around.
I don't really know what I'm doing. They use synthesizers too. I don't have a synthesizer.
She looks at the recording device, the thing she thought would fill her hours with joy and escape. It's turning out to be an empty fantasy. She feels childish, very useless all of a sudden. She is on some kind of stimulant, amphetamine or methadone, and its effects are wearing off fast. She will begin to experience more and more valleys now, and fewer peaks.
Take this, you're cold.
The lieutenant begins to take off his jacket.
No, man, fuck that, I'm cool. I'm sorry I said that. I'm sorry about the fuck.
It's okay.
Now this is where a hat would come in handy. Give her your hat. Here, you need this more than I do. You said it's supposed to be a music place. Did you mean the one Andre's got planned? The church? Had some other questions. I'm going to give her my hat.
Thanks.
I want to see her wearing it. Was the Pippo hat worth having? I can't remember now. I think it was actually quite a good item. Just so generous. You said it's supposed to be a music place. Do you mean the one Andre's got planned?
Yeah, the boys think it could be a place, like the Palaceum or something. Stupid. It's really not going to be a Palaceum, that's for sure.
The boys?
Yeah, Andre and the guys, inside the tent.
And why is that?
Why are you freezing out here while they're inside?
They got too much stuff crammed in there. No room.
Stuff like what? See, the thing here is this conversation is obviously slightly led towards somebody who's come round and chatted to a cell first. I know the boys, who the boys are. I know they're in there, and I know they've got lots of stuff in there.
Didn't you see it yourself? It's mostly music stuff.
Well, there you go.
Like this tape recorder, but bigger.
I thought I'd caught the game out, and I hadn't. They know full well what I've been up to. Why not just leave some of it outside so you don't have to freeze?
That stuff is more expensive than I am. More expensive than any of us, really. Doesn't matter. I can take the cold.
I had some other questions.
Go ahead.
Tell me about the music place you've been planning, or the tape recorder lies on the ice like a discarded toy. Pick it up. Oh, 28% with the empathy. I gave her the hat. Actually, that's it for now.
Okay. Bye.
Well, look, we could boost my empathy. Music is coming from somewhere on the ice. We know. How do I boost my empathy? We've got nothing going on over here for empathy. Any clothes going to affect empathy? I don't think so. Might not be able to see, but underneath my camera on the left-hand side, I'm being told what bonuses I'm currently getting from items. Pinball Maker's Coat is better for empathy. I've got loads of clothes now, by the way. It's pretty cool. Okay. Do any... I don't have any. Do I have any alcohol or cigarettes anymore? Let's come back out here. No. I did want to boost this. Just while I'm here. May as well heal up on these things. Let's have a look now what my chances are with the empathy.
So you talked to my associates, right? Are you going to help us?
Got questions?
Shoot.
42%. I've had success with 42% quite often, so much so that the chances are fully against me having success now. But I feel like 42% is my lucky number in this game. 42. Come on. Come on.
The device is still warm from her touch and heavy as a brick from the batteries inside. The company logo, Omicron, adorns its yellow plastic cover. Inside, the tape is rolling. The girl looks at the device in your hands.
I'm so sorry you have to sit here on the ice with the drugs wearing off. At your age, or at any age, in this weather, waiting for it to get dark.
She looks you in the eye, her pupils wide, surrounded by a ridiculous amount of makeup.
The people who built this world intended it to be better for you, but they failed. It's easier to live in their failure with this by your side.
The wind howls. She remains silent. It's real. Tell her.
It's not childish fantasy. It can be a real weapon against what's coming for you now.
What is?
The dark.
I know. I'll stick to it.
There is little you can do to help her now. But given the chance, you feel like you should. There is something about her. A weightiness. Something changes between you two. She looks at you differently now. As an equal. A fellow human being.
So thanks, I guess, for the psych session. Maybe I can return it. What's been eating you, officer?
You said eating me. There's nothing eating me.
Come on, I can tell. But, okay. Be a boyadero about it if you want to.
I guess there is something that's been making my life hell.
What is it?
I think it's the plight of the working class. Everyone's just mooching off the entrepreneurial class, shackling the doers. I think it's all these foreign people taking our jobs. People just keep putting their selfish interests ahead of the greater good. I'm going to say that. Shackling the doers. That is what Harry would say.
Oh.
There we go.
Really?
We get money for that. That shout out to Barbarian Dude who sort of helped me with knowing to lean into those kind of things to get extra bits of money. Barbarian Dude on YouTube. Please feel free to get involved with the comments on YouTube and let me know your thoughts on how the playthrough's going. I don't mind a couple of tips here and there, but obviously no major backseating. If you stuck around to episode 20, you know the approach here. People can't just get off their asses. Zero horrible talent in the city. Zero. No wonder everyone's poor as potatoes.
So, the thing that's been eating you is rich people not having enough money?
Yeah, pretty sure. No, I had some questions about something else entirely.
Sure.
Tell me about this music place you've been planning in the church.
It's supposed to become, like, a club for anodic dance music, like that new style of synthesizer stuff they play at the Elysium. Except that, yeah.
She looks at the old wooden church up on poles as a mean wind comes bellowing in. The 6-story structure lets out a doleful shriek.
The floorboards are twisting, and the shooting beams are slowly cracking, like bones. Far east of the Golden Delta, beyond the industrial port, there is a black patch of unlit coast with the smallest creatures on the ice. There will never be a club for anodic music here.
How dare you? Shivers.
Not in a million years.
About the church, another question. What's an anodic? Oh yeah, no, we're concluding. No, we're concluding, and I'm going to go and check out the church. Although, should we look at this? What is this? Just some stones. Or, no, do you think we have to push over this bridge? Maybe that was the way to get to the church, to get to the front of the church. Or like an entrance. Or maybe not. Maybe we were around here earlier. Here we go. Let's pick up the money first. Oh, we're having some sort of thought. You feel the shadow of a very large building fall on you. That's the church for you. Run. Pick. All adds up. An altar shrouded in dark or something like that. It's too dark to tell. Should I be going in at night? We're doing it. Dusty pews in the shadows. Many seem to be missing. Sign reads St. Bruin, 1147. Here we go.
Heavy wooden doors, more than twice your height, stand shut.
I've got a key, haven't I?
The rectangular sea-worn ornamentation appears in stark contrast to the padlock, carelessly drilled into the wood.
It's nice to have got that key early rather than coming here and then being told I need to find a key and having no idea where to go. I just stumbled upon the key. Let's just open it.
The lock turns easily. You hear a click as the shackle pops open.
Let's go.
Let's go. Put on the doors.
As you do, you hear the echo of the doomed commercial area. Its black holes and dusty machines. Then the feeling passes.
Oh, the Doom commercial area. Feels so long ago that we were back in there, in that area.
A great whoosh of air rushes into the dark innards of the church, as though rushing to fill a great vacuum. In the heart of the city.
Oh, wow. Look at this. Oh my god, that is so cool. This looks amazing. I love the art in this game so much. Strange stillness fills you as you look ahead. You should walk here, not run. Oh. Look at this. It always amazes me, like any artist, how they can work with lighting, like to make things. Obviously, some lighting's been added to this, and we've got lighting effects, but this would have been painted with an idea of the kind of lighting that they were going to go for. So that doesn't make any sense. You know what I mean? Do you? Doesn't matter. Let's move on and play the game. Kim's going absolutely wild here. Kim, is everything okay? Have you seen the Crabman, Kim? Blackboard is filled with complex equations. They look recent. Something to do with radios, frequencies? Oh no. Press tab and see what's about. Shoes! Another pair of shoes. Bowl is filled with water. A live wire runs directly into it. Could these wires work as contact microphones? Spider has spun its web around this wood-carved pillar. This is such a cool location. I'm definitely using that church for the thumbnail for the YouTube. You've already seen it. Cracked pane of glass, colourful. Okay, we're having a good old look around before we before we make any decisions or interact with the major things in here. Figure drawn in the frost. A window depicting a deer. Frost has drawn flowers on the glass, obscuring the view. Take it. That was good for the pain threshold. That's good to know. What happens if I run? Am I just going to die? It's too tempting. You know, a game says you shouldn't run. I just want to run. I could speak to Kim. That's probably a good idea. We haven't had a little private chat for a while. Grotesque wooden figure looks half finished. Feels like it's trying to become one with the church. Kim, should we talk now?
Yes?
This is all the same stuff I was saying a few days ago. You seem to be following me would be quite a great thing to say again now. Nothing, Kim. Nothing. Let's look at this, and we'll go and get those shoes and that money, and then we'll come and interact with the other bits. More of the fault lightning pattern you saw outside. I really want to run. Let's go up here. Or up here. Oh, look. I double-clicked, so I'm running. Oh, it's another one of these things. Do I still have that? I must have it, right? Yes. Still got the filament thing. Shoes. Ooh. Good for empathy. Could have done with that. What's this? More cash? Nice. And that's it. Right. Exciting. Exciting. Let's look at these things before we get too excited. Look at this. Look, the floor in this church is so cool. I love the idea of the artist, like, looking for reference images. Like, the addition of these coloured squares is really fun. You do get this sometimes in churches now. I don't go to churches, but as a dad, there were times when I would take my daughter when she was like a little toddler to activity mornings and stuff like that, and they'd sometimes take place in church halls or churches, and you'd quite often find that they're trying to make the churches and the church halls appealing to children, maybe so that they have fond memories of those places, and then as they grow up they think, I like churches, and then they go to churches, and then they become religious, and then they give money to their local church. And anyway, we don't need to go down this route, do we? But I like the floor is what I'm saying. Something siphoning electrical current from outside it into this antenna. Not going to go through there yet. Let's have a look at this, and then we'll interact with that. 2 decks of reel-to-reel tape spinning on empty. Okay, here we go. Get the fucking cube in there.
A machine stands in the corner, watched over by the figures on the stained glass window. It's turned on and quivering with soft electricity.
Quivering. I like the word quivering.
Another radio computer. And this time it's already turned on.
Seems cautious around the machine.
These machines
Already turned
sometimes
on.
harbor traps, he thinks. Alarm systems and the like.
Let's
Let's be careful.
Shall we?
We should leave. I doubt this place bears any connection to the case.
Yes, but this machine looks like just like the one in the Doom commercial area. Wait, let me investigate it. Step behind. You're right, let's leave. Let's say that. Looks like the other one.
It's also quite similar to the one we have down at the station. Must be the same model.
The one you saw earlier was the Ream Civic. This is the Ream Prefect, a model number RC7024, equipped with a Feld mainframe and a Ream-compatible interim printer.
Let me just investigate it.
You see fluorescent play and print buttons on the keyboard. A hatch connected to the central compartment is wide open.
We gotta give it a go.
The lieutenant says nothing. You see the machine's glowing frame reflected back from his diamond-shaped glasses. You're free to proceed.
Look inside.
Behind the hatch sits a cube-like crisscross of filaments, smoldering in the dark like fireflies. Silver tape on the side says, in black marker, log, February to March. Another filament memory. Press play to talk with the repeater.
Got one in here. Press play.
The speaker comes to life. Static seeps through the machine's planar magnetic drive.
Old lady.
An old lady greets you. Her voice sounds 100 years old.
Good afternoon. Votre accident on Saint-Brune. This is the East Insulindian Repeater Station 1. Please repeat. Is this the personal log?
It's the same old woman you spoke with through the radio computer in the doomed commercial area.
Yvonne, it's me again. How are you? I looked inside the core, but the tape on the filament just said log. Fortress accident like the one in the Doom commercial area. Thanks, but I'm finished with this call. I don't think this will go well to say it's me again, because she had no interest in who I was. I'm going to say what it says.
Good. Please repeat the password.
Let's look around. There's no use trying to guess the answer.
Do you think we might find a password? I don't know the password.
Received. I will register this login attempt. Votre accident. Is there anything else I can do for you today?
Nah. Oh, let's try this again. I might have the right password for the personal. No, we don't know, do we? Nah.
Goodbye.
Okay.
The machine's keyboard is still illuminated.
Should we press print?
Revealing fluorescent play and print buttons.
What happens when we print?
Nothing happens.
Cool. If Kim says let's leave it, there might be a password somewhere else. I kind of feel like we should just leave it and look around. I think we have interacted with everything we can in here, though, right? We're just going to have to go through the glass. I'm running. I was told not to run.
The silence in this part of the church, it's almost palpable. All the shifting matter and shuffling of living things is gone. Nothing seems to exist beyond the church anymore. Maybe if you were to stand in just the right spot, even your footsteps would be completely silent.
Wait, I think I still hear something.
And then it's gone. Almost all of it, but for the faintest of hums. You can hardly hear your own breathing.
Yell as loud as you can.
Your voice is barely audible. Not a howl,
What?
but the softest of whimpers.
What?
It's unnerving.
Stomp your feet and clap your hands.
You produce a few muffled thumps, after which the silence feels even more total, somehow.
What's happening, Kim?
The lieutenant points to his ears and shakes his head. Then he leans closer.
Can you hear anything?
Almost nothing. Beginning to worry me. Not really, but it's extraordinary. I've never experienced anything like this.
I wonder why the church was built with such strange acoustics.
His detached tone conceals how uncomfortable he is.
Whatever it is, it's definitely real. Something odd is happening around us.
The lieutenant doesn't reply, but you can sense him tense up next to you.
Look up into the bell tower.
The orderly rows of ceiling panels become barely visible, then disappear completely in the darkness of the tower overhead.
Perception check, 42%. I mean, it's 42, everyone. Cannot be retried. Or if I don't want to know what's up there. Right. I'm forgetting how to leave this, change my gear so I've got better perception and come back in. It's 42%. I deserve that. It was about time.
Just darkness without end. It makes your head spin.
That was really exciting for some reason. Try to make out something. Anything.
There's nothing. You're dizzy and disoriented as you see dark and more dark rising.
Perception.
Officer, what are you looking at?
What's the darkness like?
Filled with vague shapes of woodwork. The sense of a great height.
Can't see anything there, we can't see anything there, can we? I don't think so.
It's like you see your own face reflected back at you in the vanishing geometry. A strange, alien image that's supposed to be you.
Blink. Oh,
Something hanging from the rafters, looking straight at you with dark eyes.
What the fuck is happening? That blink, just to have the screen go completely blank. Tiago?
Maybe it's possible to talk to it.
Kim? Have you seen this, Kim?
Is that a man? Looks more like part of the carpentry of the building came alive and is now studying you intently.
Say nothing, be quiet for now.
The man leaned forward a little, fixing you with a steady, unreadable gaze, then speaks.
Please have a really funny voice.
Habitual alcohol use has made you into a scared little pussy, Holmes. But don't worry, everything's gonna be alright. You come to the right place.
That's not the kind of voice I was expecting. I was hoping for something really funny and silly, but I thought it would be a bit more like a demon voice. And it's just some cool guy. The right place for what?
Here you can receive the mother's love. And when you're ready, she will take your hand and lift you out of the despair at the bottom of that bottle.
This man is obviously a habitual narcotics user. Do we really need to question him?
Kim, he's climbing up in the rafters like that. He looks really nimble. He's got some sort of morph suit on.
I'm put off by this religious stuff, he thinks. And maybe the ceiling climbing, too. It's all very hard to square with the lieutenant's own view of reality.
Lean into it, Kim. Enjoy it. Embrace it.
Hey, and what was that about the bottle again? You haven't even drank that much lately. Lay off it already. Shish.
Not going to run away. I could say, yeah, I guess I have a bit of a problem. It's been getting a hand. Or I can say I'm a policeman. I need to talk to you about police things. I don't know anything about alcohol use. Nah, that's too sensible, Farry. Let's go for this one.
Está crudo, way. I see deep inside you. Your body and your spirit are suffering greatly from overindulgence, and you don't even know it.
Great. More patronising. So original. Well, like I would say that. Very in touch with my suffering. How do you know what I'm feeling? I'm actually here on behalf of some young people looking to establish a nightclub. More patronising. So original.
I know it's hard to admit that you got a problem. I was like you once. Couldn't take an honest look into my own heart and see I was in pain.
You know, actually, since we're here, you may want to pay attention to what the ceiling climber is saying.
If the lieutenant agrees, then maybe, just maybe, you should pay attention. Look at these crazies. What is this? A fucking intervention?
Fuck you, Crabman! You don't tell us what to do! Tell him!
For some reason, I feel like you have a point there. Or I adjust my tie. Who do you think you are? Some crazy guy under the roof? You know alcohol is central to my identity. If I wouldn't drink, it wouldn't be me. This is stupid. I don't even know what this is. That's all well and good, but we need to talk about the unlicensed occupation. This is stupid.
You know what this is? It's truth, Holmes. Join me. Become one with it. Aflame with the mother's love. This is the Church of the Mother of Silence. You are welcome here.
This Mother of Silence sounds like a serious player. You might want to be careful until you find out what you're dealing with.
Do you know where the other spooker is? Point at the strange machines.
Other spooker? Oh, esa viejita es muy estudiosa. Don't know, Holmes.
Wait, so there is another person living in the church, and it's the Vieta.
No. I just call her viejita because of her clothes. She's actually quite young. Or maybe not that young. Age is just one of the many masks we wear.
And you don't know where she is?
That's what I said, Holmes.
How can you not know that when you both live here?
Don't really follow her comings and goings. Just see her typing on her computer now and then. We got different interests.
So you got nothing else to tell me? How she looks, what she does, who is she?
I'm afraid not, Essay. You just have to wait until she comes back, or...
Have you by any chance heard Vieta? It's an H for a J, isn't it? Vieta say the password to her radio computer.
Too many times, Essay. You need it for something.
I just want to break into it. Yes, it's for first-degree murder. Just tell me what's the password. Or which? Let's say the murder.
The lieutenant raises his eyebrow, but doesn't say anything.
Sorry, Kim, I think this is good, right?
Don't sweat it, vato.
Go.
The password is afterlife death.
Afterlife death. Afterlife death.
That is true. But what comes after death?
Do you think I write that down? Probably not. The game will probably remember it, but I'm going to write it down anyway, because there might be a time in a few episodes' time where we need to remember it. And I've written it on a page of my notebook, and in a few episodes' time, I'll be further on in the notebook, and I won't even go and look at that.
What you think of that? Makes me almost pity La Nilita Pequeña when I hear it.
I'm just leaving now.
I think we're done here, Essay.
Well, I made that decision first, actually, Tiago.
That was an interesting conversation. However, I'm still not sure how it's relevant to our investigation.
We got the password, Kim. We got the password. I think that's pretty relevant. Okay, we know about that. What have we got here? Let's look at what these nice things do. Scarf. Udra's scarf, still dusty from lying in the church. Subtle red on red embroidery embellishes it with cocky roosters and mesque floral motives. Misque. And then empathy shoes. Love empathy shoes. Dapper snakeskin shoes have an almost invisible white on white flower motif sewn into the tongue. Toe caps are still dusty from lying in the church. Lovely. Delightful. In fact, should we put them on? What's my boot situation at the minute? Good for perception. Let's change to the empathy shoes. And let's put the scarf on. Oh, yeah. Cozy. Right. Oops. Oh, this is fucking cool. Why didn't I click on this right at the start? We're 20 episodes in. Thoughts. Active thoughts after dialogue options. Thought bonuses differ for research and completion. Yeah. Tools. Substances can be administered during dialogues. Tools are context sensitive. Equip them before use. Yeah. Okay. Time. Time passes when picking new dialogue options. Read books to pass time quicker. Thank you. My tasks are there. Gain experience by completing tasks or exploring. Leveling up grants you points. Use points to upgrade skills, and then the skill checks. White skill checks can be re-rolled. Explore options to level up and try again. Red skill checks are permanent. Okay, we knew about that. 1, 2, 3 for quick select. I haven't been doing that. T to get to the thought cabinet. C for character sheet. Tab, space to continue. I for inventory. J for journal. C for character sheet. So that, okay, we know what that'll be. So, let's try that though. C. I don't need these shortcuts. T. And what about 1, 2, 3, 4? Nothing. Nothing. Anyway, let's go and use the password. And I'm running here because I don't care. Afterlife death.
The machine's keyboard is
Play.
the speaker come.
Okay,
Good evening. Votre accident.
I've got the password.
Good. Please repeat the password.
Afterlife death.
Good. I have unlocked the filament. After ending the call, please press print to access the filament.
Exciting.
Votre accident. Is there anything else I can do for you today?
May as well ask this stuff. Fortress accident, like the one in the Doom commercial area.
I have 2 machines registered to this company name in Martinez. One on Saint-Brun, the other on Rue de Saint-Ghislaine.
M is map. Cool.
Saint-Brun, that's the church. And Rue de Saint-Ghislaine, that's the Doom commercial area.
Thank you, Kim. I looked at the map for that, but the map has no detail at all, really.
Anything else I can help you with?
Well, now I'll tell you. It's me again. How are you?
Good, thank you. Please repeat. Is this the personal log?
No, bye.
Sleep well.
Bye,
The
bye, bye.
machine's keyboard. is
Print.
The printer prints out a long text document with dated paragraphs. It looks a bit like someone's journal.
Read it.
The first entry, made on the 4th of February, 51, by an unknown author, is short and concise. Arrived at the church. The door was boarded up, so I used the crowbar to get inside. Looks like the place has been deserted. Nothing out of the ordinary, but I'll ask around. Need to figure out how to get the electricity in. The lieutenant leans closer, scouring the printout over your shoulder. Just as you finish reading, he looks up, muttering under his breath.
4th of February. That's over a month ago. Whoever set up those machines has been here for quite a while.
Do you think this log might be connected to the case?
Our case? No, I don't think so. It must be some local eccentric.
Read the second entry.
6th of February, 51. Had a little chat with the local fishermen. Said I shouldn't go near that place, that the church was spooky and ridden with narcotics. It's a little spooky, all right. Still haven't figured out the electricity. See? Even one of the spookers themselves says it's unnerving. What was that about narcotics? This could prove to be interesting.
Wait. Narcotics?
I doubt that we can find any. It's just idle fishermen's gossip to scare away the kids. Nothing spooky about this place either. It's just abandoned and cold, and in an awful part of town.
Read the third entry.
7th of February, 51. Finally got the electricity in. Next on the agenda, a new antenna. I'm thinking Esca series, something advanced.
Why would she need an antenna?
Why would anyone need any of this equipment here?
He steps on a wire running on the ground, inspecting it with his boot. Read the fourth entry.
8th of February, 51. Bought the antenna, had some problems setting it up. Called Simon for help. Heard the others are back to making art. Drinking somewhere out of town. Sulislav started a rock band again. Lexi has been seen asking money from strangers. Artists, yet again, harassing citizens, stealing badges, occupying public spaces with installations, like the one here. But at least the artists have their act together. They're qualified labor. They can get work anywhere. Graphic design, ads. The programmers are doing fine too. I mean, they're programmers. The writers, though, they're fucked. I just have to find out what caused that data loss and be done with it. Still don't understand how it managed to wipe out the backup, when the backup wasn't even connected to the front. I know. Everyone thinks it's impossible. They say I must be lying. I'm here to set it right.
Data loss?
Seems like something to do with radio computers. Unfortunately, I don't know enough about them to understand what the author is saying. Something about the backup data getting destroyed, and how everyone thought it was the author's fault. Let's just keep reading.
Artists, programmers, Lexi. Who are all these people?
Her friends? Colleagues? She must be quite educated if she knew how to set up all this machinery.
Read the 5th entry.
12th of February, 51. Brought some food from the grocery store. Apparently, there's a strike going on in the harbor. Definitely not happy to see the Martinez people again. Everything's now set up in the church. Going to start working tomorrow, 8 a.m.
Just making a note of something there. Apparently there's a strike going on in the harbour. Definitely not going to see the Martinez people again. Everything's now set up in the church. Going to start working tomorrow at 8 a.m.
The strike. We are nearing the date of the murder. Keep reading. I'm interested now. I want to know what's that radio anomaly that sent this person here in the first place.
Read the 6th entry.
25th of February, 51. I've been sending data up to Lintel for a while now, trying to recreate the data loss, but nothing. Didn't even feel like logging in, the disappointment. But I did discover a curious audio-spatial anomaly at the back of the church. I've named it the Swallow. It swallows sound. Need to get some mics.
Is she talking about?
The lieutenant looks to his right, towards the silence. Read the 7th entry.
28th of February, 51. Yes, the first recordings confirm that the Swallow is real, and I'm not just losing my mind. It's a pillar of silence, with a diameter of approximately 3 meters. Seems like the higher I go, the less I record. This might be a coincidence, or it could be connected to the data loss that led me here.
The pillar of silence. She is talking about the silence. Is she suggesting it's more than just an architectural quirk?
What could it be?
The lieutenant doesn't answer. He follows your gaze, studying the basins. The water shines in them. No ripples.
Read the 8th entry.
March 51. Some kind of young disco men have appeared next to the church. I've been trying to record the silence to find the
Disco
epicenter,
men.
but now it turns out I've also been capturing the future of dance music, one neo-disco song over and over again. Fortunately, the song is so monotonous, I was able to devise an algorithm to factor it out. The other day, one of the disco men came in. Before I could even say hello, she got scared and left. Good, I don't want anyone distracting me from my work.
She must be describing herself.
The girl on the ice? Sounds like her, yes.
Read the 9th entry.
March 51. I got a call from the repeater station. Someone has tried to access the radio computer in our old office in Martinez. Can't do anything about it. The storekeeper still doesn't want to let me inside the building. Thinks I'm part of some kind of curse. How Martinez of her.
This is quite gripping, isn't it? That's me. I was the one who broke into that radio computer by the storekeeper, and the storekeeper must be Pleasance.
I knew it wasn't a good idea to meddle with that machine.
No. It was a great idea.
Agreed.
You're learning things.
Exactly.
This is how you learn things about machines.
Read the 10th entry.
March 51. A new 2-meter aux cable. noodles, crackers, ping energy drinks, water, toothpaste, gum, also some canned air. Your reading is interrupted by the sound of the church door opening.
Uh-oh.
A strange woman makes straight for the radio computer.
Caught red-handed. She spotted us, or why isn't she talking to us?
Breaking into my radio computer, I see.
She glares at you. She glares at you as she holds down the off button for several seconds. The machine reboots.
Yes, you are breaking in, but not into her radio computer. You're a master circuit bender.
I do apologize for the intrusion, madame. We are with the RCM, you see.
I can assure you I'm an expert circuit bender. I'm not breaking into your computer. I'm using it to access Coalition military data links. We're here on a side case representing certain music venue organisers. No, we're not just breaking in. I'm pursuing a mysterious lead searching for my lost identity. Let's say the first one.
There are no Coalition military data links. And even if there was, you couldn't access them over a civilian network.
Yes, I could. I'm a cybernetic god. I'm using your REM prefect to commandeer Coalition warship Archer. I will turn its cannons against its masters. Funny. You're right. I'm just a drunk cop. I don't know how to do anything interesting with radio computers. Let's say the first one.
That's nonsense. You're just a police officer.
Okay.
Now please give me some room. I need 2 seconds to see that you haven't destroyed anything.
We should talk to her after she has rebooted the machine.
Right, so I take it she hasn't done it yet, but let's click on her straight away.
What is it?
Who are you?
I am Soona Luukkanen-Kilde, the former lead programmer of Fortress Accident and RSA radios. I have over 16 years of programming experience, and I'm proficient in both Vox and Orbis languages. If you're not here to hire me, I don't really know how I can help you.
Have you seen the Crab Man?
Nope.
But you know he's around.
Yes.
He's seen you?
And?
And the Crab Man has seen you.
I don't care. I don't care about crab men.
Belly looks up now, tinkering with the machine's printer.
Wow, she really doesn't.
She doesn't.
Not afraid, this one.
Why are there so many machines here?
I brought them here. These are my machines. Please don't touch anything.
Why do you need that antenna?
I use the AR1 as my RAIN prefix processing unit.
That's your radio computer, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the antenna is its processing unit?
Yes? You really don't know anything about radio computers, do you?
I don't know much about anything really from this world, to be honest.
All right. Well, all radio computers perform operations up on air. So in order to gain more processing power, you need to invest in a good antenna.
And the AR1, it's a good antenna.
I guess it is. So far I've been quite satisfied with it. Martinez is an unstable region with bad coverage, and the operation has been surprisingly stable. But it's not the cheapest one on the market, so I wouldn't recommend it for your regular red tape operations. Fraser 1000 is a foolproof line for civilians. Anyway, you should do some research before you decide to buy anything. Ask around, compare the prices. There are many milieux dedicated to that sort of thing.
She liked telling you this. It calmed her nerves.
What are you doing with the radio computer?
I'm working.
Working on what?
Could you just shh for a moment? Or get to the point. I really need to focus on something.
It's not just rudeness. It really is hard to concentrate on whatever she needs to do.
Okay,
And
what?
you're not helping.
Okay, but what are those bowls of water over there?
They are connected to my RAIN prefect. Whatever you do, just please don't move them, okay?
Okay,
Thanks.
fine, I won't touch anything.
Great.
What are you doing in this abandoned church?
You really like those questions, don't you?
They're bloodshot. She really hasn't been getting much sleep lately.
You are occupying a public space, and I need to know what you're doing here.
I'm conducting scientific research here. You can't throw me out.
What's the research?
I'm looking for the location of a 2mm hole in the world.
She's looking for a disruption in the radio waves. That's what her personal log said. The lieutenant raises his brows. but doesn't say anything.
Is the hole connected to the data loss in your journal?
Yes, that's what led me here. But I suspect it might be something a bit more complicated than that.
A hole in the world, what does that mean exactly?
Exactly. What does it mean? Up to now, it has been impossible to say what it is because it's impossible to measure nothing. What do you think it is? What qualities does nothing have? How do you measure something that does not exist?
She's suddenly absorbed in the conversation, waiting for your answer.
That's a little above your pay grade at the moment.
Hold on a moment. Does it mean we're now living in a world that has holes in it? I can't even understand how we're talking about something that doesn't exist, let alone measure it. Say that.
You measure it by its surroundings, by that which does exist, which is what I've been trying to do. I've tried using hydro transducers to record the silence, to find out where it begins.
But honestly, it's not progressing very well.
She grows silent, staring at her circle of basins. It looks like some ancient ritual.
But does it have anything to do with necroplasmic life forms? Ghosts, in everyday parlance.
Does it have anything to do with ghosts?
Ghosts? No, I don't think so. I don't believe in ghosts.
What about other supernatural entities?
I don't believe in them either.
Expert advanced remote viewer, see beyond the veil 6 times. I just got that. What does that mean? 3.1% of players have this achievement. That feels a pretty good achievement for me. I've got absolutely no idea what it means. See beyond the veil. We'll take it. That's probably wise. Right.
What are we talking about?
Do you have any
And why?
Do you have any idea where this hole might be located? You said the research isn't going well. Why not?
Because it's just trial and error, trying to locate the swallow, the exact point in space. And I don't have a... You know what? It would be really helpful if you could just stop talking and let me work.
But where's the hole? Do you have any idea where it might be located?
Somewhere underneath those roof beams, I assume.
Okay.
Strange things may flourish in the dark.
Why there?
There's this place at the back of the church. A place where all audible vibrations seem to decease. I've named it the Swallow. And the higher you go, the less you record.
The Pillar of Silence? Are you sure it's not just an architectural quirk?
Maybe, but it's oddly close to the physical coordinates of the data loss that led me to this place.
This is where the Crabman lives.
I know.
You don't think the Crabman might somehow be responsible here?
No, I don't.
Okay.
She sounds mildly annoyed by this line of questioning. Her hands typing hundreds of commands into the machine.
Thank you. That's all I wanted to know about the scary 2mm hole in the world. For now.
Great. Thanks.
I'll leave you to work. Let's go to the Thought Palace. Oh, I might have missed a thing.
T500. Remember that weakness you were looking for in the ceramic armor?
Mm-hmm.
Like, maybe it can only stop small, fast projectiles, but a large, slow-moving pry bar would shatter it?
Yeah,
Or
I remember.
if I run an electrical current through it, maybe it will melt. Or, personal favorite, frequency something something radio weapon? None of that would work. You need to shoot the part of the enemy that doesn't have Fairweather T500 on it, because the armor itself is invulnerable. Good news is, so are the armor pieces on you.
Oh. Look at this. +2 hand-eye coordination against enemies in FT500. Good stuff. Right. I've done a load of these now. We've got a couple more that we could look at unlocking, but I'd have to get skill points. I might wait. I'm going to save that skill point unless we need it. Ask Suna how she feels about the nightclub idea in order to help with this. So I should. I might do that right now, in fact.
Yes, what is it?
How do you feel about anodic dance music?
What? I hate it.
Okay, what are you, 40? It's the future of dance music. Same here, it just doesn't connect here. Tap on your heart, not like disco. Okay, wow, that was quick. Why do you hate it?
Maybe I'd have to be on drugs to get it, but to a sober mind it just sounds like uninspired rug whipping. no idea what it has to do with either dancing or music.
Right. But how do you feel about a club that Anno dig dance music?
This is about those speed freaks in the tent, isn't it? I've got some news for you. It's not a nightclub they want to build here.
What do they want to build here?
Take a guess, why don't you?
Youth centre would be nice. Petting space, a petting zoo, a place for animals, maybe some community space to help the elderly. I'm still convinced they want to establish a nightclub for anodic. Why am I struggling to say anodic? Anodic? Anodic. It's not anodic. Dance music. They said it's their dream.
I can't believe they got you so easily. Go have another talk with those up-and-coming entrepreneurs, will you?
Okay.
Thanks.
Good luck. I'm not coming in there.
Okay. Tell Andre about Suna's thoughts. Okay. Right, so we're an hour in, and really, I could stop, but I'm desperate to go in here. I'm desperate to click on this, so we're going to click on it.
In white, silver, and apricot faience, the young mother of humanism stands above you. A crack runs across her body. She is impossibly tall, oval-faced and sad, a dark and radiant majesty. Cradled in her arms are a pair of glowing lungs, clearly visible from underneath her flowing dress. You should kneel.
I'm going to kneel.
Your knees touch the floor. The floorboards are hard and cold. There you kneel among the snowdrifts, diffuse light falling on your hands from beyond the glass.
Close your eyes.
The world is silent, but for the creaks and cracks of the massive wooden structure behind you, it covers you from the wind outside. In the darkness, you sense her eyes on you, inspecting you with their multicolored glass, as if you're a bug under a microscope.
Open your eyes.
The woman looks down at you kneeling. She towers among her followers, architects, laymen, courtiers. There is a sad smile on her lips and a glint in her green-blue eye of what? Compassion? Remorse?
Compassion.
As that soft word passes through your mind, the lieutenant draws an X-shaped cross from shoulder to shoulder.
Do the same as you get up.
Your fingertips touch your chest 4 times. Then you rise from your knees into the apricot-colored light of the window. Above you, the woman still smiles her distant smile, sundered by the crack in the glass.
Who is this, Kim? Or I can do encyclopedia. How did I know this is the mother of humanism? 28% chance. Or official calculus. Reconstruct the cracked glass. 17. Fuck. Turn away, leave. Let's ask him who it is.
It's Dolores Day. The old woman was right. This is the Dolorian Church of Humanity in Martinez, or the Small Pinewood Church in some records.
Knew of the place?
It's a minor landmark, not easy to find. Most maps misplace it. It was built not long after Ravachol's founding, 300 or so years ago, by first-generation settlers.
What else do you know?
There used to be 7 stave churches on the coast. Les Sept Sœurs, they call them, the 7 sisters. Only one remains. The rest were burnt in the revolution or used for building materials. We should be respectful here, although the building appears to be deserted. I do not believe we'll find anything connected to the lynching here. Something else, perhaps?
A pang of guilt. The lieutenant is leaving something out.
Do you know why it was abandoned?
I have a theory, yes. There was a police raid a while back. I heard the place was shot to pieces. The old woman in the village was being tactful with us when she didn't mention it. She has more respect for the RCM than many around here.
Who conducted this raid?
Well, your station was involved, I hear. Although I can't be sure.
You're not sure?
3 precincts were involved in the raid, and people say Precinct 41 was one of them.
I guess I could have been here?
I'm sorry, I'm not saying you were. It was a clandestine operation. I don't know anything about it, why it was conducted or who participated. I try not to pry into extra-district matters.
Let's forget about it.
I agree. It happened a while ago. It's unimportant to our business in Martinez now.
Yeah. turn away and leave. Unless we can... What can we boost? Encyclopedia. Let's see if we can boost that. I wonder if... What happens if I click Kim now? Is it going to be the classics? It doesn't even want me to talk to Kim. Okay. Encyclopedia, right? None of these. Are going to help me here. Encyclopedia's here. Let's boost it. Let's boost it. Here we go. It's not going to boost it enough, is it? 42.
A precious and complex wax
42.
on a single pane of glass. A crack runs across the length of her body, her face oval and sad.
Also, my last 42 failed, which means the chances of this 42 being successful is slightly more, okay? Because that's how it works. This is what... check it out.
Despite the
I told you.
damage you've done to yourself, the title appears lodged in your hippocampus. This is her innocence, Dolores Day. The innocence of humanism, internationalism, and the welfare state. Perhaps the most famous human being ever to have lived.
Bit annoying that Kim's basically told us this already, though.
No amount of Commodore Red can wipe her sad smile from your brain thing. It has survived the deluge and haunts you still, and will haunt you forever, as it haunts all men.
Wait, what exactly is an innocence? I've heard of the system. Okay, well, when did she rule? What else do I know about her? I want more. Was there something terrifying about her? To hell with this. I want more.
As did we all. The lands of the Mess and the Occident, and even far away Supramawindi. Altogether, 21 of the 40 Mundial nations of the time immediately accepted Innocentic rule, even before her crowning.
A crowning?
In a city called Advesperaskit in Vesper Messina, her homeland, the name of the city means evening comes, but it happened on a winter's morning with the canals frozen and slush falling out of the sky.
Sorry. Somebody's drilling or something. I don't know if that's drilling or like a pressure washer. Might be a lawnmower. Something's happening, but I don't think the mic's picking up. So, sorry. Sorry. Sorry, lady.
She was dressed in a white and pearl dress on an emptied-out plaza with the crowd far away. Already, her Theriers, the secret servicemen of the Innocents, were worried about an assassination attempt.
She must have been beautiful.
Oh yes, she looked like humanity's young mother, a perfect mother, insultingly beautiful. It was as if her face and shoulders and hands were covered in a soft down of underfeathers. You know this well, very well. Midwinter snow was beating the cobblestones around her. A small attaché of officials stood by as her Theriers placed a white gold wreath on her head. The crowning was mostly witnessed by secret servicemen.
Then what?
One of the men in this secret service killed her 22 years later. A young man who had come to suspect that Dolores Day was not entirely human, but something else.
What?
Something that had walked in our midst, watching us stumble for hundreds, if not thousands of years, until it decided to interfere in the course of our history. We were supposed to come up with this ourselves. The man was reported to have screamed at the Innocents. Dolores Day was shot in the chest with a fowling piece 8 times. The man, thought to be insane, said he once touched her and her body had been unnaturally warm, like a furnace, and that sometimes, while on duty, he observed her forgetting to breathe for over 10 minutes. This inhuman quality was witnessed by many others as well, glowing lungs and all. It is commonly attributed to mass hysteria and religious psychology.
Wait, what exactly is an innocence? I've heard of the system. Okay, when did she rule? What else do I know about her? Was there something terrifying about her?
Terrifying is a term too emotionally charged for your semantic memory, or what remains of it. But terrifying, it's a simple word. She was bad for humanity, and you shouldn't have started thinking about her.
You're right. Time to heed the warning. No, there was something bad about her. I want to know.
You already do. Although she is often considered to be the greatest human being to ever live, there was something ominous about Dolores Day.
Yeah.
Constantly surrounded by her terriers.
Continue.
She was the most socially secluded and least self-aware of all the innocences. Some modern thinkers would consider her a war criminal for the campaigns she waged against the Mesk state. And then there were the resettlement programs.
What happened?
The Mesk state tried to detach itself from Innocentic rule. Parts of the world were experiencing whiplash from accelerating into secularism. Her mandatory education programs and mass resettlement of upstream Marguerite were problematic as well. Dissenters were suppressed by a military force she called the Army of Humanity. She adored chess, yes, but also military war games. Dolores Day often holds a tiny tin soldier between her index finger and thumb in icons such as this. She was also blonde, the blondest woman you have ever seen, with green eyes the color of the Pacific, mare interregnum. Little is known of her Marchese husband. It's as if he vanished from history after completing his role, which was to introduce Dolores Day to court. In conclusion, yes, there is something lonely, paranoid, and even terrifying that people seldom mention, but feel when they think of her.
Lieutenant Yefrater, you've stood there for over 5 minutes.
The lieutenant's calm voice echoes in the cold air of the church.
What are you thinking of, if I may ask?
She's somehow connected to the case. Glowing lungs, that's fucked up. Nothing, she's just looking around, she's beautiful. She's not human, yell war criminal. I'm going to do that.
I don't know about that. It was a different time, a different war.
Okay, Kim.
Either way, this church, the coast in general, we shouldn't linger here. This isn't a good place to get lost in. We should conclude our business and move on.
Kim, I'm totally with you, but we simply must go outside and tell those people about my attempts to help them turn the church into a club. However, we're not going to do that now, because as we know with this game, a conversation that you think is going to take 1 minute can end up taking 15. So I think we're going to leave it there for today. We're going to go back and tell Andre about Suna's thoughts on the nightclub. And then maybe we'll head back over and speak to Klaji. Maybe we'll go and speak to the Hardy Boys again. I'm not too fussed about finding this jacket, but maybe we'll have a look around the fish market. This we're in the middle of. Sync the signs with Noid. Yeah, we can try that. Solve the egghead puzzle. There's been some way to talk. Haven't found it yet. Oh, okay, with egghead. We'll see. And then get ourselves to talk about our associates. Yeah, so that's a load of stuff that we'll do in the next episode. Right back over here. So let's head over here. So we're ready. We'll probably go and deal with everybody in the tent first. Cool. Let's save. That was good though. Right? That was a good episode. I feel like we achieved quite a lot there. I know we spent most of the time in the church, but fucking that was really cool. Like that was some really cool moments then, with the crabman arriving, with the screen going black when we first entered the church, how majestic it looked, the amazing art. Actually getting the password and being able to use that machine. when that character turned up at the church and just walked in and we got caught. I like that. I like that a lot. That's one of my favourite episodes that we've done together. So thank you very much for watching. This will be going out Friday morning. There's a chance I might record another one because it's currently Wednesday. There's a chance I might record another one Thursday or Friday to get one out on Monday. But there's also a lot of chance that I won't do that. So I probably shouldn't have mentioned it, but there's nothing I can do now. I'm not going to edit stuff out. So thank you very much. Join me on twitch.tv/ad_ad_ad if you fancy watching me play Portal 2. By the time you watch this, I may well have finished Portal 2, or I might have one more bit to do, but come along and have a watch. You can watch all of the VODs of my playthrough of Portal and Portal 2 on this YouTube page. So check it out. Subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you very much. I'll see you next time on Ad's playthrough of Disco Elysium.